Jason.
Back.
Meet again.
Yeah.
Now, this is a real surprise because I wasn't expecting an album so quickly after Load.
Yeah. That was just kind of the plan, you know,
Yeah.
because we were going to do all of them, you know, to begin with,
Yeah.
all 30 songs together, and it just didn't work out, so we put the tour in between and then come back and finish it. We started in the fall of '94, and, you know, in a nutshell, is that every time we've hit whatever the magic number was, 10 or 12, or whatever an album's worth of material was, we just stopped, always in the past. This time, for some reason, we just kept going, and it was only because the creative process, the creative juices kept flowing, and that it seemed like in the past there was a kind of pattern where what we consider to be the stronger songs were always written early, and as we got sort of to song 10, song 11, we started getting to this fluffier stuff. This time, you know, song 15 was as strong as song 2, and likewise, and so we just kind of kept going until we ran out of time. We kept writing for about 6 months, and then in the spring of '95 we went into the studio and started recording the whole bunch, and with the idea being that we were going to make the 6th Metallica album a double album. And then when we had been in the studio for about 8 or 9 months trying to record all these 30-odd songs or whatever, that's when we kind of said, time out. Let's maybe divide these up into 2 separate records and get out of the studio, go on the road, do Lollapalooza, just start it going. And so that's kind of what happened. But it is very unusual for us to keep going in terms of writing the songs, and it was only down to the fact that we thought, in true egotistical fashion, that all the songs we were writing were all good enough to put on a record, which is a dangerous thing.
Yeah.
But you know, it still feels very right, and the songs that we're coming back to for Reload, they still feel really strong, and we are giving you and everybody every single one of them, and you slice and dice them however way you want.
Another star in eyes and green. See the nowhere crowd, crowded nowhere cheers of honor, like twisted vines that grow. Hide and swallow mansions whole in the light of an already faded prima donna. Fortune, fame, mirror, vein, gone insane. Fortune, fame, mirror, vein, gone insane.
it's nice to get away from those songs for a year or so, and to come back with them with a fresh perspective. I mean, it really worked well because we had the luxury of just getting them out of our heads for a while, and just concentrating on touring. And when we had time, slapping it on in the hotel room and just listening to them and getting ideas and making notes or like working on little guitar parts. I mean, that's what I did. I worked on a lot of guitar parts for this album in the hotel rooms, and like I'd call up Lars at 3 in the morning and say, "Hey, come over." You know, I'd come over all drunk and I'd play him a guitar part, and he'd go like, "That's great, we got to use that."
How do you sit down and write these songs? I mean, you know.
It really hasn't changed over all the 16 years we've been putting stuff together. Lars and I sit down with the blindfold on and listen to riff tapes and pick whatever riff sounds best and make a song out of it. Some of these Reload songs, we had lived with them for 2 years. After writing them, going on the Load tour, and coming back to re-record them. There's everyone had their little notes on the road. Well, okay, and fixer, add this. Do this, chop that bit out, and we all kind of had quite a few different ideas when we got back into the studio, which was pretty interesting. You put your notes together and see, you collide that way, and some really cool stuff comes out of it that way.
Let my heart go. Let your sun glow. Mama, let my heart go. Or let this heart be still. Yes, still. Wild blood in my veins, apron strings around my neck, the remains. Left home at an early age. What I heard was wrong. I never asked forgiveness, but what is said is done. Let my heart go. Let your sun grow. Mama, let my heart go. Or let this heart be still. Never I ask of you, but never I gave. But you gave me your emptiness, and I'll take to my grave. Never I ask of you, but never I gave. But you gave me your emptiness, and I'll take to my grave. So let this heart be still. Mama, now I'm coming home. I'm not all you wished of me. A mother's love for her son, unspoken, help me be. Yeah, I took your love for granted. Know the thing you said to me. Yeah, I need your arms to welcome me. The cold stone's all I see.
You start with the rhythms, you start with the, it's the same thing as building a house. You start with a foundation, and then when you've built the foundation, you add all the other stuff on top. You start by taking, you start by taking
That's a drummer's riff.
Right. You start by taking a riff, and you see some things, and you push it a little this way, and you try this way, and you get some tempos, and you set up some key changes that will work with melodies, and you follow some kind of almost ignorant, instinctive path that you just walk down blindly without. I think the main thing for us is not to have a plan. The minute we would have some kind of plan or some kind of preconceived idea of what we're doing, I don't think it would work. We have an ability to strip ourselves of preconceived notion when we do this and just find a way to kind of turn some kind of instinctive juices into something that ends up being a song.
of the hottest dance tracks, including Ultra Nate, Olive, Sash, The Propeller Heads, Blue Boy.
I think we're pretty good at judging what needs and what doesn't need color or extra production ideas. You can polish a song way too much, and then some you can't polish. You know, you can't shine a turd most of the time. But some of these songs, you get too much stuff in them and it just clutters up. Especially there's a nice little area and there's a hole. Okay, and everyone jumps in the hole to fill it. You know, and you get too much stuff. You have to strip down and really stand back and understand what's the best part for this song.
So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are, and nothing else matters. Never open myself this way. Life is ours, we live it our way. All these words I don't just say, and nothing else matters. Trust I seek and I find in you. Every day for us something new. Open mind for a different view, and nothing else matters. Never care for what they do. Never care for what they know. And I know so close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are, and nothing else matters. Never care for what they do. Never care for what they know. And I
There are two questions that are like impossible to answer. Where do these things come from, and what's it like to play on stage? You can't answer that. You can never, what's it like, unless you've been on stage in front of 50,000 people, I can't tell you what it's like. And it's really hard to, where does it come from? It comes from the things around you, it comes from the things within you, it comes from finding balances between the things that influence you and the things that you want to hear and the things that you want to do, and it comes from some kind of unexplainable songwriting partnership with James that has worked for 16 years and hopefully will work for another 16 years, but is very difficult to break out down into sentences that other people can understand.
I can't remember anything. Can't tell if this is true or a dream. Deep down inside I feel the scream. This terrible silence stops in there. Now that the war is through with me, I'm waking up, I cannot see that there's not much left of me. Nothing Nothing is real but pain now. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh, please, God, wake me.
I just went ahead and chopped off everything. Oh, God. Please make them hear me. They won't listen. They won't hear me. If you don't wake me up, I'll be like this for years. Hear me.
Back in the womb, it's much too real. In pumps life that I must feel, but can't look forward to reveal. Look to the time when I live, led to the tube that sticks in me, just like a wartime novelty, tied to machines that make me be. Cut this life off from me. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh, please, God, wake me.
I'm just like a piece of meat that keeps on living. It won't always be like this, will it? I can't live like this. I can't. Please, no, I can't. I can't. Help me. Somebody help me. Mother, where are you? Help me, Mother. I'm having a nightmare and I can't wake up.
Now the world is gone. I'm just one. Oh, God, help me. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh, please, God, help me.
Me lying here like some freak in a carnival show.
He is the armless, legless wonder of the 20th century.
Death has a dignity all its own.
Father, I need help. I'm in terrible trouble and I need help.
With this album, you had a lot of the pre-production done as far as those songs were concerned.
Right. They were all written at the same time. We were under the impression that we were going to finish all of them.
Yeah.
So all the drum tracks were recorded, some guitar stuff. And really we got down to the wire and thought, you know, we're not going to be able to finish all these. Let's just finish the ones that we've got most done on. And the ones that we got the most done on were kind of, I think, some of the easier songs. And, you know, when you're in the studio, you kind of start off with some of the easier stuff and get used to the studio again. So these songs that are the rest of Load, the writing set, you know, the Load writing, are kind of, I think they're a little more extreme. Some of the slower, heavier stuff, a little faster, more. There's a few more stripped down, kind of folksy songs. So a little more of the extremes, which is a lot of fun.
With Fuel, the first track that I heard, James was saying how you both came back and heard the guitar sounds and thought they sound flat, or they're just. So you redid all of that.
We redid the rhythm guitars.
But it was probably through the energy of being on stage, you know?
Absolutely. The one great thing about having songs, unreleased songs, and this is the first time in our career that we've ever been able to do this, is that, you know, we were able to play these unreleased songs on stage, live in front of people, and kind of gauge their reaction to it. And, you know, we can go back to that feeling of playing them on stage and try to capture that feeling in the studio. And when we heard the tracks, you know, after the tour, we decided, you know, it doesn't sound as lively as it does on stage when we're kicking it out, you know, we're playing in front of people, and, like, you know, everything's really pumping. And And so we basically decided that, you know, I think it probably lies in the guitar sounds.
Yeah.
The guitar sounds are way too similar in live. James and I have different guitar sounds completely. Yeah. And so that was pretty much the main reason why we went out and redid those.
Well, I mean, it
guitar
certainly kicks
sounds.
in the recording. I mean,
Oh yeah,
it's got that real live kick about it, you know. James said it's a more AC/DC type of.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. AC/DC is one of our favorite bands, by the way.
All right, Unforgiven.
Kind of a sequel type of thing.
Drum intro.
Started out with the idea of
fantastic guitar sounds
and fantastic lyrics. The words and the vocal application is wonderful. I'm getting goosebumps right now just thinking about the lyric thing. But it's just really touching. I think that Unforgiven 2 is going to be a massive, massive song in many, many countries.
They've done and speak the words I wanna hear to make my demons run. The door is locked now, but it's open if you're true. If you can understand me, then I can understand you.
I really like that track. It's one of my favorite tracks on the album. I think it's such a great thing that we're revisiting the whole concept of Unforgiven in the first place. You know, we're basically taking it somewhere else, musically and lyrically. I think it's cool that we're doing that. And it's just a great idea.
Lay beside me under wicked sky, through black of day, dark of night. We share this paralyzed. The door cracks open, but there's no sun shining through, like hot scarring darker steel. But there's no sun shining through. No, there's no sun shining through. No, there's no sun shining. loves me not, she loves me still, but she'll never love again. She lay beside me, but she'll be there when I'm gone, like hot scarring darker steel. Yes, she'll be there when I'm gone. Yes, she'll be there when I'm gone. Then she'll be there. What I feel, what I've known. Turn the pages, turn the stone. Behind the door, should I open it for you? Yeah, what I feel, what I've known. Sick and tired, I'm staying alone. Could you be there? 'Cause I'm the one who waits for you. Or are you unforgiven too? Lay beside me. Tell me what I've done. The door is closed, so are your eyes. But now I see the sun. Now I see the sun. Yes, now I see it. What I felt, what I've known. Turn the pages, turn the stone. Behind the door, should I open it for you? Yeah, what I felt, what I've known. So sick and tired, I'm staying alone. Could you be there? 'Cause I'm the one who waits, the one who waits for you. Oh, what I felt, what I've known. Turn the pages, turn the stone. Behind the door, should I open it for you? Oh, what I feel, oh, what I know. I take this key and I bury it in you, because you're unforgiving too. Never been, 'cause you're unforgiving too.
It's pretty huge, that song.
Yeah.
It's come out really nice. The song itself was really just kind of ended up goofing around on a guitar and ended up writing something that was pretty similar to Unforgiven and trying to sneak it by in another way. But you know, at the end of the day, okay, so it's Unforgiven. You know, we can borrow some ideas from ourselves.
when you first went out with this tour, were you apprehensive about how it might work?
Well, I thought we were pretty insane. Like, what the hell are we doing? You know, we've got this $1 million stage, and you know, what if it doesn't work? But that's the cool kind of gamble of it all, you know. After a few shows, I mean, we hadn't even rehearsed the thing, you know. At the end of this show, I don't know if you know much about it, but there was, you know, the towers fall. We kind of take the piss out of ourselves, you know. Explosions go off, things fall apart, people are dying, and you know, burning guys running around. You know, we didn't even rehearse any of that stuff. So the first show, stuff's falling, and so we were pretty good actors the first show. After a while, you kind of get used to it. But
well, I mean, I remember it continued on, and where one of your crew had an accident, and unbeknownst to yourself, and you looked down and saw this blood on the stage, and thought, well, that looks real, and they said it is.
Well, he got in. I mean, the crew were so into this, you know. Besides, you know, having to load the gear in, plug stuff in, boring crap. Wow, I get to be part of the show, you know. Hey, you want to go up there and fall out of the truss? Hell yeah, you know. Don't you need a safety rope? Nah, you know. He's swinging, and he got into it. And he, you know, he had blood packs and things, so he was getting all crazy, you know. And I saw the, you know, puddle of blood. And it's like, wow, that looks like real blood. Well, it is. You know, he's off to the hospital. Came back the next gig with, you know, staples in his head. So his name was Staples.
Staples, yeah. I mean, is this because one of the bosses, you being the boss has gone through so much yourself that, I mean, you're not actually prone to not having no accident or two, you know?
Well, it's fun. There's a pleasure in seeing other people getting in huge horrors than yourself. Yeah, I've had my share of mishaps, but yeah, there were a few things that happened on the tour that, you know, at sound check, some explosion went off in the guy's face and stuff, but it wasn't the safest tour we've done, and that's the way we like it. I think there were a lot of people out there expecting us to play, you know, 8 songs from Load, and you know, I never liked it when a band went out and, you know, I'd go see Judas Priest and they play all a Point of Entry or something. It's like, oh, boring. You know, I want to see what they've done in their career. You know, hear all the songs. And the more albums you get, the harder it is to get a set together. But there was a good balance of all the songs.
Yeah.
They fit in perfect. You know, playing new songs live is always a bit of a quirky feeling, but after a while, you know, it's just part of the whole set.
Where do I take this pain of mine? I run, but it stays right by my side. So tear me open, pour me out. There's things inside that so hold me until it's just like the curse, just like the stray. You feed it once, and now it stays. Now it stays. So tear me open, but beware. There's things inside without a care, and the dirt still stains me. So wash me until I'm clean. It grips you so hold me. It stains you so hold me. It hates you so hold me. It holds you so hold me until it's so tell me why you've chosen me. Don't want your grip, don't want your greed. Don't want it. I'll tear me open, make you gone. No more can you hurt anyone. And the fear still shakes me. So hold me until it sleeps. It grips you, so hold me. It stains you, so hold me. It hates you, so hold me. It holds you, holds you, holds you till it's
Well, I mean, James was saying of how Bob really works so closely with you and comes up with ideas as much and so, well, yeah, no, yes, yes, no. And it's not a major argument. It's a...
If there's anyone who qualifies as the fifth member of Metallica, it would be Bob Rock. Definitely.
Now, I said fifth member and James said, no, father.
Yeah.
I said, there's no way that lot could control you.
Well,
lot,
maybe
you know?
he's a father figure to James, but he's a fifth member figure to me. And more like a big brother.
Adrenaline starts to flow, dashing all around, acting like a maniac. Hey man, I gotta see some action out there. You can't sit, she's entitled whiplash. 1, 2,
road. It was certainly a different musical direction. Did it frighten you that you were writing songs and thinking this is definitely going to be different?
No, I welcome that. I love that. I love it.
Yeah?
I love it. I mean, we've been together for 16 years. We have done all our growing up in front of people. We've done everything, all our changes, everything that we've done has been in public. And so there are two things that you can do. You can, every time that there are natural changes that happen to you, you can mask them and hide them from people, or you can just say, this is what it is, take it or leave it, but at least I'm being straight with you. We've always chosen the path of being straight with people, and every time we have naturally gone in some different direction than where we came from, we have always been very, this is where we're going now, and either come along for the ride, but don't damn us for it, because it's what we have to do. And I think that I always welcome that. I love change. As a person, not even as a member of Metallica, but just as a person, I try to be as open-minded as I can and welcome as many different approaches and opportunities. And I love going into a room and not knowing what is to be expected in there, and not knowing what will hit me when I walk in there, instead of always taking the same path.
All right, welcome to the drum this week. A very special drum this week because we're going to do a special on Metallica, and basically we're going to do a special of the interview I did with the boys way back in October last year, right after the grand final. I was very depressed, but that lifted me up, where we talked about the Reload album. It was just about to be released. Here we are in Melbourne at this big concert area here, and here is the man himself, Lars. How are you, mate?
I'm very well. How are you?
Good. Welcome to the country again.
Thank you.
And you were joking about ticket sales. This is just before the concert, folks. This is they're coming in a moment. Listen,
It's over.
the tour. Tell us about the tour. How's it going so far?
This is, what is it, night 4? Yes, it's night 4. And it's been really good so far. I know that's kind of the standard thing to say, but let me just tell you, this is not the easiest place on the planet to play. The kids down here, I think, are very, you got to go out here and really sweat for it and really push yourself. You know, we usually play, I'd say around 110%. Down here we play about 120%. Right. Just to be extra sure. And the kids up in Sydney a couple days ago were really good. Probably the best gigs we've played in Sydney. Newcastle was the first show in 4 or 5 months.
That was amazing doing Newcastle. That blew them right out. You know?
So that was, it was fun going someplace new, and it was also, it was good to sort of get the chops together. So, but the last couple of nights in Sydney were great, and I think that, like we were joking about before, all the nonsense about the haircuts and all that type of stuff, I think that as soon as the kids get a chance to see us again, kind of like this, and then all that other stuff and all the talk about all these other issues sort of completely disappears, and that's why it's really great to be back here and just kind of prove ourselves again.
Well, going back to October last year in San Francisco, one of the hardest interviews I had to do, not because of you being the boys, right, but because we only heard the album, only like minutes before we did the interview, sort of thing like that, and listened to the tracks. And then going home and listening to the album proper, I mean, it just blew me away. I mean, it blew me then, but it blew me right away. You must be really happy with Reload. You'd have to be.
It is the record for me. I mean, here's how I judge it. It is how long I listen to it after we're done with it. And up till we left 2 weeks ago, it was still one of the 6 CDs in my car changer.
Right.
So what is that, 4 months, 5 months? To me, it's just a great record to listen to when you're driving.
Yeah.
It gets me from point A to point B slightly quicker than the other CDs in my CD changer. And I'm just really happy with the way it sounds. And I don't think a Metallica record has ever lasted 4 or 5 months for me from we finished it. So that's the best signal. You know, I mean, there's all these standard cliches. Well, let me tell you, you know, the last record's always the best record and all that type of stuff. But there are records of ours that I've found issues with fairly quickly. And this record I don't really have any issues with yet, which is pretty unusual.
Well, so when I left San Francisco and I had a chance to really listen to it, I mean, The Memory Remains, which is the first single, and that whole Marianne Faithfull thing, I mean, it just is one that grew on you, or just grew on me. When you went back after Load and listened to those tracks, were they growing to you as well?
Well, what happened with that record particularly is that it was probably the most manic last 3 or 4 weeks ever in the studio. We had 3 different rooms going at the place where you were at, and me and James were sort of running around and trying to get this done here and mix in here and do a guitar solo here. And what happens in those situations when things are totally chaotic is that you have to follow your instinct and you have to listen to your heart and go with your gut feeling, and then you pray that you land somewhere good. So I think that with those last couple of weeks, we were just so crazy, and when we finally emerged from it, the record has a kind of an instinctive honesty to it. So definitely a lot of growing, because I really didn't get a chance to listen to the record until 2 weeks later, because that was the first time I could sit down and listen to it, having come down and removed myself from the process. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it's a good feeling when you can do that and come to the conclusion that you once again did all right.
Now, Unforgiven 2, top 10 this week. Again, a great song, you know?
Thank you.
Was that, when I listen to that song, I think, how come they never put that on Load, you know, like?
Well, the Unforgiven 2 was actually one of the first songs that was done. There's not too many things that we do that are really, really conscious in terms of like planning things out and so on, but I purposely thought that it would be better to put a record in between the 2 songs. So even though Unforgiven 2, as we've talked about, the whole, it was ready before and they were all part of the same sessions and all that, I thought it would be better to just put a record in between the 2 songs, so that it wouldn't be so they're already out of ideas, what these fucking guys, do you know what I mean? It's just this whole thing, so I thought it would just be better to wait a record.
Now, having not seen the concert, and I'm going to go tonight, but I believe Fuel, which is going to be the next single, goes right off on stage.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Right off. The new stuff that we're playing is working really well. I mean, the main thing is that I think what you will see tonight, and most of you guys out there, is that the new stuff, when we play the new stuff, it all blends right in. Just 2.5 hours, and it all seems to us just like all the different things that we do. But the main thing is that it all fits really well. Fuel obviously works really well. Memory works very well. It's great when we get the crowds to sing the Marianne Faithfull parts.
Oh yeah.
And we can't have her at every gig. we did a bunch of appearances with her in Europe and stuff.
That must have been amazing.
I was enamored. I mean, I was just sitting backstage with her. Okay, well, tell me about 1967. You and Mick and Keith and Anita and, you know, this guy and that guy and Jimmy Page. And
she was a friend of mine way back then with Mick, but then when, you know, she had the big breakdown, etc., when Broken English, that album and that voice, I mean, the magic, absolutely. So, and then seeing her in concert, like on television late last year, of her solo thing, where she's like a Dietrich and everything gone, you know?
It's also really, it's really pure.
Oh, it is amazing.
It's really pure, and that kind of like nakedness or just being so vulnerable is something that is so missing in music today, and that's why I'm so proud of our association with her. But like I said, I was just like a little kid. I sat back there with her for like 2 weeks, and we drank a bunch, and she was telling stories, and I was just like so enamored with the whole thing.
Now, we touched on this in San Francisco, where I mean, you take such a, when I say load, on your shoulders when you're doing albums, etc., and it can be very tenseful. You're so relaxed; it's unbelievable.
Yeah. Well,
you've got a great wife as well. I mean, like,
thank you. I get kind of calm. I find myself sort of always, you know, being in the middle of the whole thing, that there's a kind of just a calm when the 4 of us get along well and the 4 of us are playing good and everything is really strong within the unit, then everything else just completely disappears, and then it's the strongest thing. The second show we played in Sydney on what was that, Saturday? That was, from where I was sitting, probably one of the 5 best shows we played in the last 2 or 3 years.
I'm saying something.
Especially the last half, the last hour and a half of it. And when those type of things happened, then it's just, that's what this is all about.
Yeah.
And when that unit of the 4 of us are all in tune and all just wired together and stuff like that, you become bulletproof. And that's, I get really calm in those situations.
Well, let's go transport you right now, right back to October, and let's have a look at what the boys said, and this is before the album was released, right? Back to San
I've just contradicted everything that was said 4 months ago.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. Well, Jason,
back.
Meet again.
Yeah.
Now this is a real surprise because I was